This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by Hayabusa, the leader in combat sports gear. Get 20% off with code MMA Nuts at HayabusAFight.com. HostGator, the leader in hosting. Save 40% off shared hosting with code MMA40.
Protect a Bed. Shield your mattress and pillows from allergens, dust mites, and moisture. Visit ProtectABed.com and save 20% with code MMA Nuts.
Defense Soap, the ultimate soap for wrestlers, jiu-jitsu, and MMA athletes. Get 15% off with code MMA Nuts at DefenseSoap.com.
Hey fans, it's MMA Nuts, episode 251.
251.
My name is Ingo Weigold.
Matt Griffith, the MMA show. By MMA fans, for MMA fans, we're walking the line between serious and ridiculous. Beats the pain. Beats the pain.
Oh, that hurts my shoulder. I gotta go the other way.
Techno STEM is in the motherfucking house.
Yes.
Techno STEM.
We should change up our intro music to
I thought about
crazy techno music this week. It's
like, wow, what a great way to start off an event. You've trained me like Pavlov's dog. I'm anticipating the STEM, maybe a fucking gladiator, set of tits in the background, some blood. And then we get what?
like a DJ Tiesto remix of STEM doing the UFC intro.
Yeah.
What were you saying before? Like, the UFC went out and hired EA Sports to like totally revamp their broadcast. Fucking make it like the video game, which is terrible.
Yeah, the worst UFC video game ever made,
Yeah.
by the way.
The fans are going to be like, wait a minute, you guys said it was awesome.
Well, the first time we played it was pretty fucking cool, and then
Yeah.
you play it more and more, and then you realize, wow, this isn't that good.
It's a shit sandwich.
This isn't that good. Fuck, I got suckered in on this one.
Yes.
I gotta
Yeah.
readjust here.
Do we
All
want
right.
to talk about the event first and then do news last?
Yeah,
I
of
feel like-
course.
Should we mix it up?
Talk about...
Let's talk about UFC 189, which happens to be, what'd you say? It's like the third highest grossing
That's the
something?
second highest grossing event behind the one in Toronto. I think it was UFC 129-ish, maybe. That one had a $12 million gate. This one was $7.2 million.
Jeez.
And just eclipsed the Sonnen versus Anderson Silva 2.
Nice.
But, like, let's talk about all the new shit that we saw at this event, too, because this was the first event where they just went gangbusters with everything from,
They did.
you know, we unveiled the uniform, we unveil a new UFC logo, new graphics galore, new music.
Yes.
Main event had singers and
You did.
live singers, and then they had the octagon with, like, some
Crazy
projection shit
Yes.
going on. And
Yes.
we had a new display clock time with the fighters' names and shorts covering the fighters at times, by the way, which
do
is
not like-
annoying as shit.
Nope, didn't like it.
UFC, please move that off center so
Yes.
that doesn't cover the
Or
footwork.
at least make it like more, give us some transparency, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
So,
Opacity, like, make it 60%.
yeah, a little fade on that
You know what I'm saying?
fucker.
It doesn't have to be 100,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and then get the colors right, too, because
Yeah.
that's a little confusing. Well, the shorts, I thought, I mean, it looked clean, but it was confusing because it's black and white on this guy, and it's white on black on that guy, but it looks the same.
Well, then plus they kept changing the graphic at the bottom. It was black and white, and then it would go red-blue sometimes.
And then how about when Lawler's
Yes.
fighting, and it was gold?
I'm confused.
Like, he's not wearing gold!
I'm confused. He's the champion, so the champion gets the gold.
Like, I gotta
It's all weird.
The only
So-
thing I want to say I liked about that was I liked seeing the fighters' names on the shorts. That I liked.
I like that too. I felt like the graphics though were very. There's no life to them. They're very
Yeah.
plain, boring. You know, especially.
It's the gray, right? Like the prison gray color.
Yeah, just bland. So I don't know if they're gonna liven it up. I need some flair. Okay, give me some like
Vanilla
like
UFC.
like this thing right here. You know, this has got some flair. Like where was that in the broadcast? I feel like we didn't get that. So, okay, and then the intro sucked. We didn't like that. for
No,
sure.
you gotta go back. I'm sorry. It's STEM or go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and whatever happened to the like crazy like where the the intro the old intro that they just kind of a year
Yeah,
old?
within the last year.
Yeah, it was really good, exciting, got you pumped up, and they didn't show that.
No, it's like I'm waiting for it, and then like we're just going into this cold. It's like having sex with no lube. You're just ramming it home. You need to warm it up, man.
Warm it up.
I didn't feel it.
Get it
I didn't
juicy?
feel the start. And it was the same for the main event. Like, you couldn't pick two slower songs to start off the main event than whatever that was. I mean, I know there's trying some shit, but the flow of the music was taking me in and out of the event. I was about to fall asleep.
Were you?
About to fall asleep for the main event. But
nice. I'm glad you didn't, because it was worth your money.
Yeah. So overall, when we talk about the new production, what'd you think?
I give it a solid 6.5.
Okay.
It's better than okay, but it's not quite good, and it definitely isn't great.
Does it look rushed, like everything that they've been doing of late?
We didn't even mention that they changed the logo slightly.
Yeah, we said that.
Did we say that?
Yeah.
You said that, sorry. It just, everything about it seemed like I'm surprised there weren't misspellings. You're kind of like...
Gilbert, is he fighting tonight?
Yeah. So I don't know, how to take it, but I would say that, hopefully this is a work in progress. I really don't think that this would be a finalized product. Can it be final?
I hope not. Well, you had mentioned something too, and I'll ask you. You had talked, remember when you were saying about hockey?
Yes,
and they
I know
had
what you're gonna say.
the trail, right?
That's right.
Are we going to see that when someone throws a punch? Yeah. You're going to see a punch trail?
It's coming, man. It's coming. Like, that was the worst thing ever in hockey. But that was around the time when I stopped, like, watching hockey.
Yeah. Was
when they did that stupid puck thing.
And if it goes over a certain speed, then the trail goes red.
Yes, it's perfect.
Like, holy shit. Please don't do that. Please don't kill the sport.
Yeah. When I'm watching a live event, I don't need it to be like a video game. I want it to be like a live event.
Yes.
It's kind of like the difference between this thing and a book. Like the book has its place. This is a similar, but it's not the same. You know what I mean? And I don't want this when I'm looking for a book.
Yeah, and you think about when they first put the UFC on Fox, how they used to have the scroll run across the bottom, and then they finally got rid of it. Less is more when it comes to fighting. I don't need all the bullshit. All I need is I could use a clock. I'm okay with that.
Yes.
I don't need to know fight. You got the fucking names on the shorts now. You don't have to tell me who's who.
Right.
It's a little overkill. So just scale it back.
Or put it in the upper corners or something, or lower corners. Get it out of my not in the middle. It's very distracting in the middle.
And then contrast the shorts a little bit. Everybody's wearing the same fucking shorts. So black and white, white and black. I had a hard time telling who's wearing what color.
Again, bland.
Go red and blue or something different.
Bland. Very
flavor.
Very bland production.
Vanilla.
Very bland everything. Everything is black and
like
white.
Watering
or
it down.
Or gray. Black, white, or gray. That's what you get. Or gold.
Reebok!
Yes.
And was there any shot? And here's another thing. How many fucking sponsors were in the octagon, by the way?
A lot.
Good Lord!
Muscle Farm.
Every inch was covered, and you couldn't go a second without seeing a UFC logo now.
Yep.
Brand, brand, brand. And how the Cutman, UFC.
Yep. Even the post-fight photo of Robbie Lawler and McDonald, Robbie was wearing his Reebok shit. I'm like, did they plan this?
Yes.
Like, he doesn't have another shirt, to wear? Come on now. It's crazy. I don't know. So should we talk about the fights at least, which were the saving grace, I feel, of this card? In my opinion, this was the best card of the year so far.
Would you think, is it the best card ever?
I don't know.
That you've ever seen?
Well, I don't want to be like Joe Rogan and say this is the greatest performance in the history of MMA every time. But
every fight. This is the greatest fight I've ever seen. Oh my God.
It was, and he's got his goofy little smile and his little microphone.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was pretty spectacular. When I had texted you earlier in the day, I was like, I'm looking forward to this. I'm fucking pumped. I hope it delivers. And it did. It really did. From Matt Browne to me, I mean, when I walked in the door and we started watching fights, the whole time was exciting, with the exception of the first round of the Robbie Lawler McDonald fight, which was a little slow to get going, but fine. They made up for it. So, yeah, I don't know. Best card ever? I still hold UFC 100 very dear to my heart, I would say.
Yeah, when I was looking at it on paper, I'm thinking, man, like if you put it fight per fight, I think 189 is better than 100.
Really?
As much as it pains me to say that.
Wow.
Just because you had, even the first fight. Remember the first fight started off, and that was who?
Almeida versus Brad Pickett.
And I wasn't expecting shit from that fight, and that was a great fight.
Brawl, man.
And you got like a flying knee KO, and
yeah,
like, man, Usually the first fight is when we're all just sitting around just shooting this shit because it's like some pies and like, but this one finally got us engaged for a change. And then I want to go and talk about the buy rate, because from what everybody's saying and from what Dana White was saying, projecting it to be probably past 1 million buys.
Like, yeah, you said he looked happy?
Yeah. Do you think, like initially I thought, this maybe do 600, but knowing what you know now, where do you think this thing's going to fall?
1.2.5 is my guess.
Wow.
Somewhere in there.
I think it's over 1 million for sure. It's just, where does it fall on that scale? Like, I've never seen, and I don't know if we have
2.5 million.
There's a holy fuck. I don't know if we have the rights to that picture, but the picture of Conor McGregor at the weigh-ins, I've never fucking seen.
You can post it up briefly.
That many people at the weigh-ins. I want to say there were 11,000 people at the weigh-ins, and they had to turn people away a half hour before, so they couldn't even get everybody into the weigh-ins that wanted to be there.
Oh, I believe it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that guy who took that photo is the UFC photographer. I think he's got Getty and the UFC like copyrights kind of shit going on. But it's an amazing
you can
photo.
Find it out there.
Yeah. Look it up of Conor like doing this, and the pictures from behind his head basically.
It's unreal.
It's crazy to think as a guy like, you know, you're basically like a fucking rock star at that point. That's like the shit that U2 like sees in their arena tours. You know, like all these crazy people. You know, I believe if they put this guy in the fight at like, you know, Dallas Stadium or Soldier Field or whatever, he's going to fill every seat.
It's weird. Like, how did he do it? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You got a guy who's like
story.
4 or 5 fights. He's got a great personality.
He does.
He's delivering on what he says he's going to do. Like, I'm going to knock you out in the first 4 minutes. Goes out and does it. I'm going to knock Chad Mendes out.
And then he
2
hits
minutes.
the home run.
And he goes on Conan, does a good performance even there. He's 26. And then he's polar. I think that's what it is. He's polarizing.
Didn't he say second round?
Yes.
He said second round.
Yeah, he was going to bet $3.5 million to Dana and Lorenzo, but they wouldn't accept his bet.
That he was going to finish it in the second round. And he did. I mean, barely, but he did.
It's crazy. So let's just talk about some of the other fights you mentioned, the Matt Browne to Means. Another one where they just stand and bang it out.
Yeah.
Browne lands a couple elbows, locks up a guillotine on the way down.
Very happy.
Gets the tap.
Yep.
It's like, fuck, man. Like, that one I wanted on the main card, but that was like the prelude to everything. So you fire that. You had the Jeremy Stephens versus Dennis Bermudez fight where, I don't know, was it a headbutt initially?
Yeah.
That
cut Stephens up.
And basically just bleeds out the first round.
Yeah, just bleeding, just
like
gushing blood.
Gross shit.
Yep.
And then he comes back and starts dialing in the second and third round. They get another flying knee.
Yeah, he timed it perfectly. It's like he practiced that shit.
Yeah.
I wonder how many gyms are going back on Monday morning and going, flying knee practice. Let's practice flying knee, you know, kind of shit. So it was beautiful. I mean, he got right on the button. It was, you know, what can you say?
Would you give, like, I know they officially gave McDonald versus Lawler fight of the night. What did you think was fight of the night? I went with Stephens versus Bermudez. I
think that was definitely the fight that got me really pumped up on the main card. And I would say the only reason that would be fight of the night for me is because the whole fight was exciting.
Yeah.
Where Lawler McDonald, the first round was kind of like,
it was death, right?
Yeah, they were really trying to find each other in range, and they were just. I don't know if it was like timidity or just trying to find distance or what it was, but I mean they had done it before, so they're kind of dancing around a little bit. So the first round was quite boring, you know. Overall.
Yes, I was booing heavily. Boo! Boo those motherfuckers!
Yes, you were.
We got no patience for this shit.
Well, they made up for it, though, in round 2 and 3. So.
Yeah. I mean, shit was down. Because, you know, the way it was scored, this is a weird fight because, you know, first round for me, draw. Second round, Lawler. 3 and 4, McDonald. And then it's really the 5th round. But the way the judges score it, going into the 5th, they had it 3-1 for McDonald.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So if that fight goes to a decision,
he wins.
McDonald wins.
Yeah, but I mean, he took a lot of punishment, which is wacky. Because how could the judges? I didn't know that they did that. Wow. I mean, how could they score that? How could they do that?
Well, because he took a lot of Well, because they're not taking into account the punishment.
Damage has to mean something. I mean,
No,
look at his fucking face. Oh my God.
His flesh was almost off his face. It was kind of looked like when Junior Dos Santos fought Shane Carwin, and Carwin's face was just a fucking bloody mess. This was the same thing. McDonald had no head movement. He was just sitting on the center line, and fucking Lawler just keep pop, 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 pop. I'm like, oh fuck.
I don't think he looked himself. He wasn't as fluid as he has been in the past.
Do you think this has any? I gotta say this because I'm gonna say his body type and some of the other fighters' body types look a little bit different. And is it coincidental that the UFC's drug testing policy just went into effect?
Perhaps. You know, it's strange you bring that up because I do remember him looking pretty swole against BJ Penn, and I mean, he had like the back was like fucking.
And the back knee going crazy. He had no back knee, and that's I'll tell you from TRT experience, you get that.
You get the back knee.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. It's interesting. That's all I'll say.
Yep.
But he was very stiff, and with McDonald, it's like we had talked about leading up to this fight that it depends which Rory shows up, and I feel like he was, you know, he was in the fight, but I don't think he put his best foot forward. I mean, he just seemed kind of not in his rhythm.
Well, he put a broken foot forward. Maybe that was the problem, right?
Did he say when
I
he
don't
broke
know.
that foot? No.
Because you got a broken nose and a broken foot, right?
God damn. Yeah.
And then how about his corner, like levitating? I don't know if it was those green Reebok shoes, but before the fight starts, their whole corner's levitating.
Yeah, yeah.
Like David Blaine style.
Like, why are they doing that?
It's freaking me out. Can't you get him a fucking stand?
It's okay. It's going to be fine.
No, they got magic shoes. It's like a hoverboard. Didn't someone just develop a hoverboard? Maybe Reebok's got hover shoes.
They might.
I don't know.
Were those Reeboks in the Marty McFly? No, they weren't. They were Nikes, weren't they?
Yeah, they were Nikes.
Nike. But yeah, props to both guys. I mean, Robbie took a lot of punishment too, but you know, I think Rory. I mean, nobody's gonna. Some of the guys on the Wabbers like, whatever. Like, dude,
pussy.
I mean, come on. At some point, your body just goes, I'm
That's
done.
enough.
I'm done.
Well,
that's it.
Like, how much? You gotta wonder. Like, two questions: does this shave years off the man's life?
For sure.
And
Dana White said Rory didn't know which state he was in, like where he was, like literally, where are you? I don't know. What do you mean? You're in fucking Las Vegas. You don't know where you are?
Holy shit.
That's crazy.
And then how does it affect him? Like you see, like a perfect example of another beating that's been applied was, and I always go back to this, Rich Franklin, David Loiseau, right? So Loiseau's never the same fighter after that fight. Do you think this is the same scenario? Because this is... I mean, yes, they beat the shit out of
about
each other.
the same age too?
He might have been.
Late 20s or like just past 25?
He might have been at the time, but I mean, this is one of those fights where you're just going, fuck. Like, how do you come back from this? It's going to be interesting to see how he responds.
Well, his posts have been all positive, talking about he had the greatest
he said, he said he had the time of his life.
Like,
this,
wow. He may be some sadistic fuck.
Time of my life.
Or he's on some good drugs. Yeah. Like, I feel good. Everything's good. Like, I can't see anything, but I'm good. Yeah, there's a picture
Chinese
online.
woman or something.
You can check it. Like, I don't know if we're allowed to post
it. Yeah,
it.
that one's his own, so we can post it. Don't worry.
Throw it up there.
We're on point.
But he can't even see. I don't know what's going to happen because, I mean, a guy takes a beating like that. I mean, how does his corner, you know, let him go back out? Like,
yeah, well, that's the point, too. Like, where do you wave it? Where do you flag it?
We didn't even bring this up, but the epic stare down between round 4 and 5, where both guys were fucked up and they're both like, it's like, what? I'm staring you down.
I'm staring you down. I'm bleeding all over. I'm bleeding all over.
What are you going to do?
I'm snorting blood. What do you got?
Awesome. That's awesome. So, I mean, balls of steel for both guys.
Well, this is I think one of the bloodier events too. So I'm almost wondering, did they plaster their hands? Is this one of the new rules for the UFC? We're gonna wrap them in plaster and then put the fucking gloves on and go at it.
Could be. Man. That was a lot of blood.
Every fight, pretty much.
Yeah, for sure.
Even the main event too. So, do you think? Here's another question for you. With seeing this kind of savage beating. You know, I mean, it was back and forth, right? I mean, good parody here and there. Do you think this makes a case for like a GSP to come back, since this guy has like beat his buddy up, Does GSP come out of retirement to avenge him at all?
I don't know about that. Maybe. My theory is that GSP did not fight 100% clean. So I'm
well,
and I don't want to tarnish the man's legacy, but I'm just saying his physique definitely is questionable. I'd like to see what he looks like right now. Well, and maybe that's not a fair.
Well, he could be juiced to the gills right
correct.
now,
Since
there is no testing.
But I don't know that GSP fought clean. So I believe if he's that obsessive and he knows other guys are doing it, why would he not do it, right?
Right.
So I don't know. I don't think GSP ever comes back.
I
It's like
hope
the
not.
Barry Sanders argument.
Right.
People were talking about this like freaking 10 years after he retired. Like, what? The guy's like 40. He's not coming back.
He might come
What
back.
are you talking about? GSP's almost 40 too. Isn't he like 36, 37? How old is he?
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
He's got to be mid-30s.
He's up there. So I don't think it happens. But
Probably
maybe.
not.
Who knows?
It just, it's interesting because now Lawler wins. Who is next? You gonna have him fight Hendricks again? No, no
Hendricks
interest.
Or
Woodley?
no. How about
Condit?
Yeah, I like that. Let's do that.
Oh,
Let's do that up. I like that one. Condit looked sharp in his last fight. Why not?
You gotta let McDonald heal.
Yeah.
Do some soul searching and fuck, man. I don't know.
He's gonna move up to like 190, 205, 185 catch
Something
weight.
like
He's gonna
that.
be Rich Franklin. Just fight a catch weight 192.
Johnny Catchway.
Yes.
Moving right
Should
along.
we talk about the main event?
Sure.
How exciting was this, man?
Well, you have the whole build-up. So you have, like we're talking, Sinead O'Connor comes out of the green smoke and saying some crazy fucking song.
They couldn't have got
and
you too. I mean, seriously.
He wanted Sinead. He thought that was the shit,
He's
man.
like, it's
he
been
was
several
so.
hours and 60. What song did she
I
sing?
don't know. It's something.
I guess she was the original Irish like superstar, right?
Yes.
So, but you two would have been more epic.
And then you
Imagine.
have, Chad Mendes gets Aaron Lewis, formerly from Stained. I had no idea he was a country music singer singing some hillbilly shit or whatever it was. But, I think there was a missed opportunity here. I'll tell you why. Because I think Chad Mendes should have came out with the Confederate flag, and I think he should have drove out in the goddamn General Lee.
Perfect.
Make a statement. Make a statement.
Right into the just slam right into that fucker.
Because he was already
Knock it all
hated.
down.
They were booing the shit. Just go full heel. Go full
Should have
heel.
knocked the cage down with his car. Just like, oh.
Yeah! Blows over it, takes out like a family of
That'd have
six.
been awesome. I still think you. Maybe they'll do it next.
What's that?
Bono's gonna come out and sing fucking.
I think they're done with that. I think this was like one
That's
and
it?
done. They just wanted to see how it worked. And
Bono will do it for free. He doesn't give a shit.
Probably.
He's already rich.
Well,
he doesn't care.
Dana was saying they were having their concert that night, and they're putting up a thing in the background like Team McGregor.
Really?
Yeah.
You too?
Yes.
Okay. Sweet.
So they were full
So the
support.
U2 Power. That's one band I've never seen live. I've wanted to. I heard they put on a kick-ass show. U2, just like good old rock stars. Still to this day, my favorite was Aerosmith. When I saw them one time,
Yeah.
fucking those guys can rock it out. I was surprised. I was like, whoa, this was back in the day when they were old. Now they're like really old, but
like fall and they die.
yeah, I'm like, whoa, this guy is crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, live music, MMA, does it work? Does it not
No,
work?
it doesn't. It totally shut down the mood for me. You gotta have
Yeah.
something a little more dynamic than like these slow, sleepy time songs and bring the lights down and just the octagon is lit. That was kind of cool, but
Yeah.
I'd prefer the fucking pro wrestling fucking walk in like Bellator
We need
style.
pyrotechnics.
Yes.
I think we
Totally.
do.
And like you were saying
Strike Force.
beforehand, why don't they show the intro at the beginning of the fucking broadcast? Like the Bob O'Reilly, that whole
Yeah, they should.
thing.
Why
Like,
not?
man, see, if you did that, I'd be okay with this techno stem bullshit if you gave me that song to pump me up. But
Yeah.
maybe it's too expensive to get the
License?
rights to that.
Could be.
I don't know.
Because they do a lot of times on the DVDs and stuff change the music.
Oh, yeah.
So-
It's complete shit at that point.
Yeah.
It's just standard music. So let's talk about the start of this fight. It was weird when both these guys finally got in the octagon. I think our friend Keith said it best. Like, McGregor's looking at him like he's a little man. They were squared off, and he's looking down on him. Like, what's going on here?
It's like the pit bull
Yes,
versus...
yes. And then Conor starts throwing kicks and crazy shit. And Chad's getting the takedowns and getting some of them, not quite able to hold him down and completely control him.
Nope.
And looked like Chad was gassed by the end of the first round.
He did. Well, I think didn't he like a spinning kick? Because I remember
he was going
I
to
was
the body
you,
a
like,
lot.
I couldn't remember, but I thought for sure it seemed like the body shots were
throwing a push kick to the body.
Okay.
A straight kick.
Yeah. Maybe
Landing.
that was his strategy. Take the wind out of his sails.
Yeah, and then there's rumors that Chad obviously took the fight on 12 days' notice, and a lot of rumors of him maybe filming a hunting show. Maybe not in fight shape.
Eating a lot of meat. I thought Team Alpha Male is in shape year-round. I specifically remember talking about that on this show. And they had mentioned numerous times, and there was articles written about it, how great of a shape they're in, and they're never injured because they're always in shape. What happened?
Didn't look like that. Sure shit didn't look like that.
Okay.
But because at the end of round 2, Chad's got him down. I think he was get a guillotine. McGregor gets out of it, gets back to the feet, and then it's like, pop, pop, down. Yeah. I want to say early stoppage.
Oh, man.
Early stoppage.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I watched it again. There was a GIF of it online earlier on Facebook, and dude, he fucking tagged him up. Like
he's got so much distance. Like he
crazy.
throws that jab, like he leaps in with the jab, and then he follows with the left, and the left he gets full extension. Watch his shoulders like completely rotate, and how much extension he gets. It's like unbelievable.
He hit him like 2 or 3 times right on the button, and Chad just drops like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
I don't know if Herb knew there was 8 or 9 seconds left. Maybe he doesn't stop it, but because the refs don't have a clue, right? How much time is left?
They don't give a fuck. They'll stop it with the second. We've seen that.
Yeah.
I think that was in that Rory MacDonald Carlos Condit fight. Yeah. That one got stopped with like a few seconds left.
3 seconds.
If it goes to decision, then MacDonald wins that one.
Could have changed his whole trajectory.
Yeah.
Interesting.
See, things are fucked up for the man
That was
now.
another beating he took in the last round. Interesting.
Yeah.
He has a tendency to take beatings in the later rounds. Why is that?
I don't know.
Is it a focus problem, Matt?
Could be. Could be a juice problem.
So Conor wins. Conor finishes.
Conor talking shit the whole fight too is what Mendes said. He's on the bottom getting elbowed. Is that all you got? Is that all you got?
Yeah, he was doing a lot
fight.
of Nick Diaz shit.
Yeah.
Kind of like, what? It's nothing. I got you. But I noticed that, the big thing I noticed was how big he is, like compared to, Mendes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if José Aldo is going to look at that small comparison, but, if they do make that fight, there's going to be really not much risk of it going to the ground if McGregor doesn't want it to. So I'm wondering, does he have enough striking, given that that's probably the next fight they make, to take on José Aldo? What do you think?
No, he doesn't. Nope. Unfortunately, one. Excuse me, leg kicks. That's going to be the difference.
Like Urijah
maker.
Faber?
Yeah. Okay. He's like a Diaz. He's not going to check that leg kick, and you can't eat a fucking José Aldo leg kick. You take 5 of those, and your movement's done.
Sleepy time.
Yeah. So I think that'll be a good challenge. But again, let's see how does everybody come into this fight, because again, this is another fight where you look at the McGregor side. The rumor is he had a torn MCL coming into this fight, and he's going to need surgery. But that's neither here nor there right now.
Okay.
Speculation, rumors, if you will.
Rumors. Shall we talk about some more rumors, Matt?
Well, I want to say, Mama McGregor's got some big titties.
Really? I didn't see her.
She was at that blonde in the octagon afterwards. That was his mama.
Okay.
Those things were falling out of her.
So he's 26,
shirt.
right? So
yeah,
his
she could be 46.
Like 40s. So that's like MILF territory. It's not GILF.
No.
I
give that a thumbs up, okay? I'm just saying.
Nice. Matt's in.
Yes.
Little Irish, what do you call that? What's the red-haired people they call them? The fucking...
Gingers?
Gingers, that's it. I was trying to think of the word.
Okay.
Thank you.
But I want to talk more about McGregor. So it was nice that you see the UFC make a big bet here, and it finally pays off. I think it's going to be great for the sport. It's good to see them have an event that they invested so much money, and then it fucking delivered and paid off. A few technical shit things that they're going to have to adjust, but good to see. The challenge here is going to be McGregor, because you are fucking pushing this guy so hard with the media obligations that I hope they don't break this guy. He said it was a lot between the weight cut, the travel. He's only been home 19 days in the past year from all the fucking obligations. He said, but, you know, the thing that makes it all worthwhile is the check, the money.
Yeah.
That's only going to hold up for so long because
once you have a lot of money,
at some point your time's going to become more valuable than money. And hopefully they don't break this guy in the process. Like, yes, I understand you're trying to build a superstar, and then we have other shit that just got released that we'll talk about with him and other obligations that are coming up. But, you know, he's a young guy, and you don't want to see him go down the Jon Jones route, too.
No.
Because we're hitting this level of superstar fame where he is now the #1 draw in the UFC.
For sure.
And depending upon how big this buy is, I mean, he's going to surpass Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, he definitely could. And one thing I liked about, you know, I think after the fight, he was very humble. He didn't take credit for himself. He said, you know, I'm not a self-made man. Like, I got here with the help of all these people, and it just seems like I don't buy that it's bullshit. I really think he's a genuinely nice guy, and he knows how to say things at the right time, and he seems like he really cares about people. And it's just overall, it's a good story, and I hope it's not bullshit.
No, it's not, because even look at how he treats the fans and autographs. He'll fucking sit there for hours and just, yeah you want to, I don't even care if you sell it, go make some money. Like, who does, like, the exact opposite of Misha Tate. Fuck you, you can't make money, I'm not even going to sign anything anymore.
Yeah.
That's not the point. If someone's going to sell it and make money and that's what they want to do, let them. What does it matter?
It doesn't.
He doesn't care. He's like, if you want to get paid, get paid. Good for you.
Man.
He's just appreciative.
Get your check.
You know? Yeah.
I like
And it's good to see. I mean,
people.
he speaks from the heart, and you know, we have a friend over. He's like, "Fuck that guy! Like, I hate him." Like, that's fine. Hate him or like him. At least you're watching him.
Yeah, he
polarizes,
polarizes,
right?
as you always have said for years now.
And this is what we need. And it's weird that it's in a weight class that it's a smaller weight class, 145 pounds.
It's gonna make you eat crow. Your favorite fighter is gonna be a 145-pounder, and you're gonna go, "How the fuck did this happen?"
Never, and go, never.
How did this happen?
Never.
Damn it.
Heavyweight for life.
Yeah.
Andrei.
Well, if he beats José Aldo, he's unstoppable. Can
Oh
you
my
imagine?
God.
Oh my God, that would be crazy.
And what is with the Frankie Edgar trying to knife it again? This motherfucker trying to get a title shot. Like, me and you next. Me and you. Fuck off! It's Aldo.
He doesn't want any part of Frankie.
No,
that's not a good plan.
No, stay away from that guy.
Like, that guy's too scary.
That guy just needs to go up to 55.
Yeah.
Go to 25. Stay the fuck away, please.
Yeah, Frankie's that's too crazy. Nobody wants Frankie.
No, never.
So,
I don't know if that's all I got. I think that was everything.
All right. That has been UFC 189. Let's talk about some news.
Go lead into this McGregor shit, since this is breaking right now.
Breaking right now, we have announced by the UFC featherweight champion Conor McGregor, or interim, sorry, to lead Europe against Urijah Faber and the Americans on The Ultimate Fighter. The new season debuts Wednesday, September 9th on Fox Sports 1, featuring 16 fighters, 8 versus 8. Country versus country. So, I have to ask you, Matt, given that they had an altercation before, is this brought on by the altercation, or was the altercation like fabricated to promote this upcoming show?
Well, initially it was very weird when you saw that altercation. I didn't know what to make of it between Faber and McGregor, and then now you have this come out afterwards. Now that was complete fabrication. Looking back at it.
Seems like bullshit, right?
It does.
Wolf tickets.
Yeah. And I'm not buying into this.
God, I miss Nick Diaz. Where
exactly.
are you?
Come back, motherfucker. You and your brother. They should be coaches on a fucking...
Against each other? Oh,
sure, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Tonight against everybody. The world.
Okay. That would be crazy.
Yeah. But you're going to... here we go. Like what I'm talking about. We're going to break McGregor. This guy is going to snap. He may be injured, and maybe this is a good thing if he is injured, because you're at least getting some value out of him while he may not be able to train 100%. But again, not something I want to watch, not something I care to see. The guys at least are not going to fight at the end of the show, but what's the point? What is the point?
Ratings, Matt. They're trying to milk it for everything they got. Tough sucks. I know people are going to hate me for that, Every time I get excited about Tough, I watch the first couple of episodes and I'm like excited, and then I go, okay, this is the same shit that's been going on for like 25 seasons. So I don't know. And apparently the last episode was really good. There was a good fight on there, whatever. But I just, I don't see. Conor has the marketing and media hype behind him. He might as well coach the Ultimate Fighter if he's not going to be fighting, right? At least get some value.
Something.
Out of it. Suck a little value out of that marketing.
But you're possibly going to break him in this process again because of the commitments this guy is committed to. That's right. He's committed to commitments. And that's a problem.
Well, you
can only push so hard before you break it.
I question one thing.
Go ahead.
With a guy who's had 5 fights in the UFC, how much actual fucking coaching is he going to be doing?
Zero. Well, that was the same thing with Brock Lesnar when he was a coach. He didn't coach. He just brought the team in and said, "Here's the coaches." So,
so it was
from that standpoint,
I'm here. I'm the poster boy.
Right.
Here's all my team.
Yeah. They're going to lead everything, and I'm just going to be a fucking pawn in this process.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sure the Bustin Gunnar Nelson will make an appearance.
But I mean, if you want to learn some ground shit, not a bad guy to learn from.
Yes. We'll see. Are you going to watch that episode?
No.
That show?
No interest. Zero interest.
September 9th, Wednesday. All right. We got
Wolf tickets.
Wolf tickets.
What else do you got?
Speaking of which, I know we had talked about Rory MacDonald, but before UFC 189, he did just sign another exclusive deal with Reebok. And
is he the Red King?
Yeah, so this keeps happening. Some of the higher end fighters, the more marketable fighters, are starting exclusive contracts with Reebok, and they are making more dollars and ducats, and it's a good thing.
And they're gonna hopefully get to design their own shit. Because I thought Khabib Nurmagomedov, didn't he sign some kind of exclusive shit? I thought he had some weird Reebok T-shirt where it was a bear wearing 4 Reebok shoes because he's probably the only one being sponsored by whatever. Is that Russia Reebok? I'm not sure.
Reebok Russia.
And maybe if you're the sole fighter in like this market, so Canada Reebok.
Rory MacDonald.
Yes.
Why not? There's no GSP.
Right. So maybe he can get a little more creativity with the uniform.
Are they trying to take on
look.
Nike here? Is that what's going on?
It's not going to work. Who the fuck? I'm sorry, but who the fuck? I don't even give a shit about brand anymore, but that's just me. You get old, and I don't give a fuck.
Well, I haven't seen a Reebok logo in like 20 years.
Until now.
All of a sudden,
it's like so
everywhere.
Overkill.
Yes. Nike's everywhere. I mean,
yeah.
They're
well, it's established. And it's Reebok and Adidas. That's basically the same company now. But still.
Are they owned by the same person?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I forgot which one owns the other.
I did not know that. Wow.
Yeah, Reebok and Adidas. It's the same thing.
I've learned something. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, Adidas is big in like the soccer and all that stuff. So it's good stuff. So interesting stuff. Quick news: Rashad Evans versus Ryan Bader officially announced for UFC 192.
Is that really going to happen? Or
it's going to happen.
Rashad, when's the last time he fought? Like 7 years ago?
Who?
Rashad? It's been a while because he keeps getting injured.
2 years. November 2013, where he beat Chael Sonnen.
Wow.
Bader's on his longest winning streak since coming into the UFC. So it should be interesting.
Bader was going to get that title fight. That didn't happen.
No. Did not get.
Where's Jon Jones and all this? And
he's back in training, apparently, from what I've read.
He's the true champion. Let's go.
He is. And in my last news article, in the bit of sad news, El Nino Gilbert Melendez testing
Gilbert.
That's what I was trying to. Testing positive for a banned substance, suspended for 1 year.
What? How come he gets a year? Shlemenko gets 3. Where's the fucking consistency? Again.
Different commissions, perhaps?
It's bullshit, but didn't the UFC just say that they were going to... Oh, he got in before July 1st, so he gets the old ban?
He does.
Not the new? Yes. I'm okay with 1 year, and that's what I think it should be, but...
Very vague he was about what exactly happened. Just took responsibility in an offhanded way and was like...
Tainted supplement.
I did not inject anything.
Right.
Okay.
But you could take it orally, you could rub it on, you could put it on your
rectally.
balls. Exactly. There's a lot of ways to ingest.
Instead of eating the horse, you just have the horse fuck you in the ass. It's perfect.
That's what it's all about.
Semen.
So if that's the way I'm gonna go, that's the way I'm gonna go. How'd you die? Took a big
This won't
horse
work.
cock in the ass,
Asshole.
trying to be the strongest and the best I could be.
Yeah, I remember reading something I thought about some porn star that died from trying to fuck a horse or something.
People have died.
Have
It
they?
happens.
It happens.
I heard
Oh my
it.
God.
Did not see it.
That's crazy.
No interest in it.
Anyways.
I got it. Before we get out of news, I'm gonna go with this topic.
Oh,
I was
no.
debating it. This Travis Browne shit. I gotta bring this up because I got a little bit of a problem with the UFC. So there's some allegations. I don't know if it's his fiance or his wife saying he's domestically abused her. She went to Instagram, posted some pictures, and
Of her being beat up?
yeah, like
Okay.
bruised up and whatever.
Nice.
And or not nice. We're
well,
not sure.
Not nice. I mean, like, I don't mean nice as in,
Yes.
like, good that she
Women
got her ass-
deserve equal
No.
rights and lefts.
Sorry.
No,
It's a bad use of the word nice. I don't mean
Anyway.
that. Anyways, carry on.
So the challenge here is that the UFC then decided to pull him from like the Fan Expo or International Fight Week based on allegations. And I don't think we learned because we did the same thing to Anthony Rumble Johnson when there were some allegations against him.
Yes.
And the UFC went and suspended him.
Yes.
And then come to find out that the woman was lying.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that this woman is lying, but there's been no police report filed. There's no proceedings legally, but he's been found guilty in a court of public opinion. And
that is the most important court.
yeah, apparently. So fuck it. I mean, you could fall down a flight of steps, put a picture up. Hey, my wife beat the shit out of me.
Well.
And you know, that is what it is. I got a problem with this. You know, true or not, we don't know. You don't know the facts, so why are we jumping the gun all the time
Jumping
now?
to conclusions?
Yes.
It's like a mat.
Exactly.
You jump to.
It's funny, like Office Space. You know, why? Why
well,
do we do
Because
that
the
these
court
days?
of public opinion, and it's almost like things are happening in real time on Twitter and Facebook, and I don't know what is that, Periscope, Vine?
There's so much
whatever,
bullshit.
these crazy
I don't even want to
websites.
know about
so
it anymore.
all this stuff's happening in real time, Instagram, and people are forming opinions based on what they think is going on. And I think it's unfair, though, that you can nowadays, I mean, literally someone can go online and say something bad about you and post some stuff that seems like it's incriminating, and there's been no, like, course of action that's been taken that's legal or correct or anything. It's just someone's opinion, blah.
Right.
You know? And how do you, I mean, I don't know. And then you know how shit goes on the internet. It's like one guy and another girl, and the next thing you know, Facebook's involved, and a million people go, what a fucking cocksucker. And then you comes out to, like, you didn't even do anything.
Right.
Like,
I mean, and that was what I'm saying. Like Anthony Rumble Johnson, did the UFC publicly apologize to him for fucking that up?
Of course
no.
not. Why would
they?
Did they redact all of their statements?
No, never.
No.
So
Never
it's
gonna happen.
guilty first, innocent later. That's what I'm saying. That's where I have the problem.
It's
like,
unfortunate.
you need to. I don't know if it needs to be tried in a court of law, but not in the court of public opinion.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going with this. So
hear you.
I think they're wrong in this case. So
Well, I think they're erring on the side of caution, definitely, which is probably a smart move. Isn't it fair to Travis Browne?
no. I mean, because you wonder how much money did that cost him too, like all the appearance fees and whatnot. But
would he countersue or something?
I doubt it. I mean, everyone's so hesitant to speak up against the big bad UFC these days. The only person that seems to be doing it is Brendan Schaub, because he doesn't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I make so much money off my podcast. Fuck it. What are you gonna do? I'm not gonna fight.
Yeah. It seems silly though that a big old heavyweight like that would be beating on his wife. I mean, whatever. It's, you know, I don't know. Is it his wife?
I don't know if it's a fiance or wife.
Oh.
One of the two. So we'll see what comes of that.
I question one thing.
Go
And
ahead.
I don't want to be labeled as, like, you know, the guy who's like, if the chick got raped, I'm like, she asked for it, which I'm totally not. I'm just saying, like, a woman who would post this shit on the Facebooks and social medias and stuff, what is her motivation? Like, I wonder.
Yeah, I know the reason.
You know, like, I'm trying to think of a way to explain it where it makes sense, but why wouldn't she just go to the authorities and leave everybody else out of it?
Well, her thought was that if she did that, then you're going to fuck his career up, possibly lose custody of children and all that kind of stuff. So she's trying to make it public, but without the repercussions to him. But it's still repercussions to him.
It's like women logic. I don't quite understand.
They got
the mind of a female. I'll never get it.
Yeah. No court of public opinion.
Yeah.
So that's all I got to say about that.
Okay.
Innocent until proven guilty, not guilty until proven innocent.
Correct.
Got any other news?
Got nothing else.
I got nothing else. Any knowledge? As we're moving along.
No viewer mail?
No, Facebook is, you know, we're going to show your post about approximately 2 people.
2. And those 2 people did not give any fucks about our question. They were like, fuck you and your question about mail. What kind of mail are you talking about?
Fuck
mail?
you, Facebook.
Who knows anything about mail?
You eat my ass.
Yes.
Toss my salad, Facebook.
It makes no sense. Literally. We post a picture on Facebook, 50,000 views, right? We post a sentence on Facebook, 200 views.
And you don't know what 200 people saw that. Yeah. And it's like, I don't want to get into all the details, but fuck you, Facebook. I think that should be the theme of our podcast from now on.
Fuck you, Facebook.
Fuck you, Facebook.
The
like, fuck your face.
Fuck your face Facebook podcast.
Right. Done.
Fuck
We're starting that.
FYFFP.
Pound sign.
Fuck your face Facebook podcast pound sign.
Right. Right. Or pound sign that.
Whatever.
We're putting T-shirts out. We're going to drop next week.
Fuck your face Facebook.
That's right.
Podcast.
You heard it here first.
Knowledge.
Sure. Anything?
Not particularly.
I just finished The Witcher 3.
Oh, yeah? How'd that go?
It was good. And then it got way too story-y at the end there.
Yeah.
And then once it's finished, you go back into the world and it's kind of, the world's dead.
Can you at least play some cards?
Maybe if I can find some fuckers to play cards with.
I'm fucking addicted to that card game. I can't stop. I literally, the other night, I logged in and I was right in front of an innkeeper and I'm like, I'll play some Gwent. I'm playing and I'm like 2 hours later, I'm like, God damn, I played like 20 games of Gwent.
Yeah.
I haven't moved from here. This is crazy. And it doesn't give you anything other than just
gold. You get like, or some material, like you win a few boards or something. Here's 5 2x4s.
Yeah.
Thanks. What the fuck do I do with these?
5 years to finish that game.
Exactly.
Damn Gwent. That's a good game. They should release that as like a standalone for the pad or the iPhone or the Androids.
Yes.
That'd be cool, man, to play online against people.
You need some high stakes.
Yeah.
Not betting 10
Real money.
coins.
Yeah. It's a good game. I wonder how they came up with that. I'm curious. So, yeah. Anything else?
That's that, man. Ballers, I'm out. No more.
Yeah, I'm done.
I think I'll watch The Brink. One more show. I'm still kind of into that one.
Because it's Jack Black? Jack Slack?
And like the Tim Robbins character. I like that.
Oh, he's hilarious.
So I'm still kind of in. I'm not sold on it 100%.
I didn't watch
yet.
last week. I may watch. I mean, we'll see. I'm 2 weeks. Obviously, this was a new episode.
Yeah.
I am enjoying True Detective. I don't think it's your cup of tea.
No.
You wouldn't like it. But for those of you who like the drawn-out story and just very deep, dark kind of a thing, True Detective this season's pretty good. Although they do not have the chemistry that Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson had. But
different characters this year, or?
Well, that's the whole premise of the show. They do 10 episodes each season.
Yeah.
And it's a totally unrelated shit.
That's weird.
It's weird.
I don't know about that.
And different directors and different, just
it's not the same show then.
No.
That's
the first
Wolf
season
Tickets.
was epic. I mean, I could not stop watching. You would like the first season. The second season, you're not going to like it because it's really slow and drawn out.
Is there ass rape?
Not yet, but I feel like it's coming.
All right, then I might like it.
So, perfect. Matt's in.
Yeah, if there's ass rape,
I'm in.
I'm in.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm out. Okay. Just when I think I'm out, they bring me back in.
That's right. That has been this week's edition of MMA Nuts. My name is Ingo Weigel.
Thanks for playing.
Bye-bye.